So, good morning everyone. Good morning, especially to you, sir. Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the new lesson. The new lesson, since we are done in Module 2, let us proceed in Module 3, Lesson 1, Urban Challenges and the Need to Revisit Urban Planning. So, but before we officially start our discussion, I have here an activity. Um, these are the scramble words. Then, in order for you to get the exact answer, you are going to arrange it. So, who can answer the number one scramble word? Is anyone who can answer? Yes, that is urban. Urban. Number two. Well, what is this word? So, that is nouns. Is nouns. Ang number three, who can answer the scramble word in number three? Yes, that is development. Development. Then the last number, yes, that is plan. So now let us, before we start, let us proceed to our objectives. So, is anyone who can read our objectives? Yes, Miss Tirol.
So, objectives. Determine the environmental challenges of climate change in cities, excessive dependence of fossil fuel-powered cars. Examine and analyze the economic challenges as well as increasing informality in urban areas. Third, promote awareness and democratization of decision-making, social and economic rights among ordinary people.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Roll. So now let us proceed to our actual discussion, which is urban planning. Urban planning, also called city planning, town or regional planning. So this is a process that focuses on a number of things, including development and design of land use, as well as built environment and infrastructure in or passing in their respective areas. So meaning, there is understandable notion of from the word urban planning, kasi ng urban, di ba? It refers to cities, metropolitan areas, so kanang mga dagko ng mga areas, di ba? Then planning is it is a process of or you are in a state of being planned. So this is a process na nakafocus sa number of things. So what are those things? Development, design sa land gagamiton, and also sa environment. And how are you going to modify that environment to new or to the advanced something like kanang develop di siya nga area. And also sa mga infrastructures. Dira ka mo na urban part na siya sa urban planning infrastructures in or passing in their respective area. Okay. Over the last century, urban planning has become discipline and profession in its own right. So we all know that urban planning only focus on sa development, so sa kalugar, kung saan nila pagplano para kanang lugar is in progress, in prosper. So that is discipline and profession in its own right. So urban planning has become institutionalized as a practice of government activity of ordinary citizens and businesses. So, urban planning is isa po siya sa mga buluhatonon sa government, di ba? Kasi another mga buhatonon sa government is to make the cities improve, prosper, progress, di ba? Kanya po dyan ang isa sa mga buhat, main goal din sa government and also sa mga activities ng mga ordinary citizens and businesses. Ang piling mga businesses and citizens is nag-ano po na sila, part po na sila sa in conducting urban planning. Ng government, the businesses, government, ordinary citizens, and businesses. So, nag-ano na sila, nag-conduct na sila urban planning. So, urban planning has evolved as a complex set of ideas which guides both urban outcome. So, if that city, if you want that city to be highly developed, magpa-complicated ang magpa-complicated ang ideas, dili lang kayo dili lang kayo dira natataman, di ba? Magka-come up with another things, another plan para lang jud ma-achieve ang development, ang fully development sa usa ka lugar. So, dira mag-plan ta, then i-process na to, dana dira ang action, and also ang outcome, urban outcome. Next is urban planning seen as the activity which can solve many major problems of urban areas while it has been viewed as unnecessary government interference in markets. So, urban planning is not siya not siya advantage ng manuman because nakasolve siya many major problems. Isa na dira ang economics, ang ekonomiya sa usa ka lugar. Kay if ang usa ka lugar is grabe ka develop siya, dapat infrastructures, mga buildings, maka-produce og mga job opportunities, maka-offer job opportunities, no, then maka-contribute siya sa standard of living sa usa ka tao. Pero it has been viewed as unnecessary government interference in market forces. So dili siya kaayo dili kayo siya unnecessary sa government interference because government is kanang trabaho po bilang urban planning, ang government is nakalas ng kanang kumbaga dili kaayo nagahinabot ang government sa market forces, especially in the Philippines nga paano biya ta karon free market ba ta or dili kayo pinabot ang ato ang government sa ato market. So that is one. So next is system of urban planning in developing countries are also cause of many urban problems, and that by setting unrealistic standards, planning is promoting urban poverty and exclusion. So kung diri ang mga part is now it talks about sa advantage, dili ang is ang disadvantage sa urban planning. So especially in developing countries, dili pa siya developed countries. So especially sila dito. Of course, naapa pa sila sa state naapa sila sa ano ba kanang papaunlad pa lang, no, papaunlad niya. Unahon nila ng kuan, unahon nila ng unahon nila ng urban dira, unahon nila ng paghimo sa usa ka lugar as a developed area, unahon nila na pag himo og mga infrastructures, mga factories, unya daghang pa mga tao nagluluto, mga public kaayo. So it is setting unrealistic standard. So planning is not about promoting common good, but planning is promoting urban poverty and exclusion. No? Dili lang kay plano ng tao niya. Plano lang ta kay para ang para sa kanang kabutihan, pero napoy another kanang kumbaga another bad side sa planning, no? Especially sa urban planning, promote mo siya of poverty. So that would be all in my report, and the next reporter will be Miss Garban.
Okay, good day everyone. So now, let us proceed to the urban challenges of the 21st century. Have you noticed that many problems that our government is facing right now is happening in our cities, in our towns, or in our place? So, just like for example, the outbreak of COVID-19, fast spreading of virus is a serious dilemma because of the number of people living in that place. Social distancing is a problem. So where can you find bunch of people? Of course, in urban slums or what they call the squatter area. So now I will ask you, is the urban slums or squatter area serious problems or not? Yes, definitely it is a serious problem. So now, let's proceed to the second. Future urban planning needs to take place within an understanding of the factors which are shaping the social spatial aspect of cities and the institutional structures which attempt to manage them. It is also needs to recognize the significant demographic and environmental challenges which lie ahead. So as what Bunsay said earlier, nga kanang the more nga magkuan sila mag-produce I mean the more nga mag-develop sila, the more nga magkataas ang let me say nga kanang the more nga magkataas ang population. So it is said there nga kanang it is also need to recognize the significant demographic and environmental challenges which lie ahead. So future urban planning is very important. But we will also kanang huna-hunaon pud nato, huna-hunaon pud nga naay mga challenges sa unahan pagkahuman sa mga future urban planning na. Just like for example, the more building nga kanang ma-construct, the more people ang magkuan, ang ma-produce. So untahay, the more people ang mo-produce, mga pobre ang naadihaa. So the more pud nga magkataas ang poverty. So ingana ang kasabot sa statement nga kani. So now let us proceed to the second statement. Capacity to enforce urban planning regulation which is seriously lacking in many developing countries. And it should be given high priority and should be developed on the basis of the realistic standards. So, bagtong sa kanang many countries sa atuan, many nga countries nga atong mabantayan kay mga grabe jud ang poverty sa ilaha. Tungod kay wala sila'y future urban planning. Mao nang daghang pobre, daghan kaayo kanang nagkayagaw lang sa karsada nga mga tao kay wala sila'y puloy-anan. So, it is said na dali it should be given high priority and should be developed on the basis of the realistic standards. So, kailangan pagtuunan jud og pansin ang kanang future urban planning. Sa gikaingon giina ni Bunsay, naa siya advantages, naa pud siya disadvantages. Pero kanang sa naa siya advantages and disadvantages, we need kanang ihapon nga i-comply ang future urban planning. So that concludes my reports. The next reporter will be Micaela S. Nicole Tirol.
So hi everyone. So I am going to report the goal of sustaining urbanization. So first, access to land premises in appropriate location with security norm. So our goal of sustaining urbanization is that we need to find a land or appropriate location with security norm. So kailangan nato mangita og land nga kapuyan sa tao nga secure o kanang matawag nato ba nga mapuyan pud siya sa next generation or next generation sa atong pamilya. So the second one is the financial institution and markets capable of mobilizing investment and credit. So maghatag og example ani. So for example, this financial institution dire, so ang yubataan dili man siya urbanization no, pero matawag nato or ato ang ma-example na siya ang financial institution is kanang ginatawag nato nga NECO or kanang investan o kanang money. Kay tungod ana makatabang siya kay masking gamay lang atong gi-invest, mo-grow man siya ug makatabang sa ato economy. So the third one is a legal system which ensures competitions, accountability, and property rights. So, the example of this is this school. So, pareha ng DDoS, ato siya matawag na legal system which ensure competitions, accountability, and property rights. Kay pareha ng kaning school. So, in competitions, pareha ng DDoS, na ay uban branch like Compostela, Maracusa, Ramonte Vista nga matawag na to sila nga competitor sa atong school kay tungod pareha ng mga intramural or something nga mga laban-laban dali sa school nga mahimo na to or kaya tungod ana siya no nga mulaganap ang kanang education sa isa ka lugar o sa isa ka urbanization. So in accountability, so kanang eskwelahan mahimo na siya accountable or mahimo na silang responsibilidad sa atong future kay tungod mao gani ato tag eskwelahan no kay to have a future or kanang makahatag sila og kanang brighter future sa ato ang mga tao, sa ato ang mga estudyante. So the fourth one is the appropriate regulatory frameworks which define and enforce non-discriminatory locally appropriate minimum standard for provision of safe and healthy workplaces in the treatment and handling of waste and emission. For several reasons, special attention needs to be given to support or supporting the urban informal sector, which is vital for a sustained urban economy. So kaya maghatag hapon ko og example no so kinsa may mga nakapitato sa Facebook gud nga senior citizen nga nagtrabaho sa Jollibee. So ato siya mahimo to siya nga kanang or kita nga mga tao sa urban or urbanization kay we need to become an open-minded sa mga tao nga inana no kay dili nato husgahan ang mga tao nga tungod kay tigulang na sila dili na sila pwede makatrabaho. So ingon diri nga natagan natin silang safe o healthy workplace nga maski ninana na sila makatabang gihapon ta sa ilaha makatabang ta nga makahatag ta sa ilang trabaho nga maskin senior citizen na sila o kanang tawagan niya mga tigulang na sila pero nangita gyud sila trabaho kay kailangan nila. So kita mahimot ang open-minded nga mga inana nga tao kailangan natong tabangan mga tabanganan sila. So the rest of this will discussed by Miss Baranda.
So this is the continuation of Mr. Roll's report. So equal access to unfair and equitable provision of services. So when we say equal access and fair, so kanang patas at pantay na pamamaraan or pagkakaloob ng serbisyo. And then next, social integration by prohibiting discrimination and offering opportunities and physical space to discourage positive interaction. So when we say social integration by prohibiting discrimination is ano siya, kanang sa pamamagitan ng pagbabawal ng diskriminasyon at kanang pag-over or sa pag-aalo ng opportunities and of course to discourage the para ipakuan nato sa kanang para makuha ang goals sa urbanization and to interact with the people. So gender and disability sensitive planning and management and so example ani katong sa CR. So boys and girls tapos di ba naaman jud members sa mga LGBT na kuan mga transgender or bio naman po'y uban good na mga lalaki is murag di sila ganahan na muipon ang mga bayot sa manguan sa CR sa mga boys. Kay syempre kuan ko na so murag makuan sila. So mao ko na ang isa sa gina-focus sa goals and sustainability sa urbanization and of course sa mga disability na mga tao kanang makakita mo ang picture sa ginapaskil sa bus or sa CR course na kanang agi-ana ng wheelchair gali o di ba o mo na ang isa po sa gina-focus and of course the management kung giunsa nato pag-manage na ingani na problema sa ato ang society or community. And of course, the prevention, reduction, and elimination of violence in crime, social justice, recognize the need for a right-based approach which demands equal access to equal quality urban services with the needs and rights of vulnerable groups addressed. So when we say prevention is pag-iwas, pagbawas, at of course, pag-alis ng mga, di ba sa urban is prone dyan na siya og mga patay-patay, and kanang mao po na ang sa gina-focus, ginakuan dyan sa atong mga kuan sa organization na dapat na iwasan na nato or kanang pagamyan na dyan ang case sa mga patay-patay and mao na to.
So we are done in our discussions in urban challenges and the need to revisit urban planning. So for our application, list urban challenges that you think are the effect of urban planning. So buta lang ninyo ang answer sa papel or note sa papel na lang 1/4 sheet of paper, okay na. That's all.